The rain and wind from Harvey isn't finished yet, and the National Weather Service says peak flooding should occur Wednesday and Thursday. Lead meteorologist for our West Palm Beach affiliate, WPEC, Jeff Biradelli, is tracking the storm. Jeff, how are things looking right now?
Well, we still have a lot of steady and heavy rain right across the Houston area. You know, earlier today the storm was over land. Now it's over water, and so it's re-energizing, especially close to its core or the storm center. So that's a 6-hour loop of the radar, and it's been raining pretty heavy. Rainfall rates 1 to 2 inches an hour. Not as heavy as a few nights ago where the rainfall rates were 4 to 6 inches an hour, thankfully, but still this is adding insult to injury. Just over the past hour or so, the heaviest rain has been from Houston proper all the way down to the Gulf Coast around Galveston. How much rain have we seen since the storm moved in? Well, it's been generally around 2 feet, some places over 3 feet, and even some areas picking up pockets close to around 40 inches of rain. And the rain's going to continue overnight tonight and for a good chunk of tomorrow. Here's the future radar. You can see heavy rain overnight, even tomorrow morning, some heavy rain around Houston. Then I think very gradually during the day, things will start to get a little better. Then the focus really shifts to East Texas here and up into Louisiana. Eventually, the storm will head up into places like Little Rock and also into Memphis. And we're expecting probably close to another foot, at least in some select locations in eastern Texas. And some of that heavy rain, probably a good 4 to 6 inches, will make its way straight up through the Mississippi Valley.
Well, Jeff, the devastation in Texas is just heartbreaking. Can you tell us more about the factors that are making Harvey so impactful?
Well, I think first things first, water temperatures were way above normal, around 2 to 3 degrees or so above normal in the Gulf of Mexico as Harvey was moving across. Also, and this is the biggest impact, the steering in the atmosphere really abnormally weak. So let me show you a rewind of Harvey since last Wednesday, and you'll notice it start gaining steam as it moves over the very warm water, but also the warm, deep water. So it's heat content that we're talking about here. Then the storm makes landfall on Friday right over here near Rockport. After that, the system really slows down because of the very weak steering in the atmosphere. And now the system is located right about here. It's only about 100 miles from where it made landfall 3 full days ago, so it's barely moved, and that made it a very impactful system because the rain's just been pouring over the same places.
So, Jeff, some people are raising the question about climate change and whether that might have contributed. What's the answer to that?
So I have to say that, first of all, no one storm system is ever caused specifically by just climate change. However, it's safe to say that warmer air equals heavier rainfall because the warmer the air is, the more water vapor that it can hold. So take a look at the tropical water temperature. Now, air temperatures have gone up since 1900. Tropical water temperatures have also gone up. Since 1970, the water temperature has gone up about 1.5 degrees. I was speaking with Professor Brian Soden at the University of Miami just an hour ago. I've worked with him in the past, and he says he's confident in attributing about 10 to 20% of the rainfall to climate change. So on top of what might have occurred if there was no warming due to humans, we probably saw about 10 to 20% more. And it could be a little bit more than that if you factor in the fact that in climate change, we expect the steering currents to weaken a little bit. Weaker steering currents mean slower moving systems and more rainfall.
All right, Jeff Biradelli in West Palm Beach for us. Jeff, thank you.
You're welcome.